Hey YouTube family, welcome back to the Pride Pack. Today, as requested, I am bringing you with a full backyard tour. So we got our backyard done probably, I want to say 2 months ago at this point. And I will be linking the company that we used down below. But yeah, I'm just gonna sort of take you around and kind of show you what we did and show you a couple of things that we still plan to do because it's not quite done yet. So first thing we got done, so we got our patio done. So this is a 10 by 25 foot patio. We eventually plan to get a shade structure built, but it's kind of expensive and everything. We're trying to like price everything out and do things as we go along, but we eventually plan to do that. But in this space, we got a fire pit. We use this pretty regularly already, especially for like when we have guests over. We always like to come out here, especially during COVID times. More people are comfortable outside, so it's nice to be able to sit outside around the fire pit and sort of relax out here. Over here we have our grill. This is an old grill. It's still functional, but we don't use it very often anymore. We actually have this is a propane grill, but we got the hookup to put in a gas grill. So that is what we are planning to do, is replace this grill with the actual gas grill so that we can use our gas hookup and no longer have to use propane. We added lights, so these two floodlights on the outside are what came with the house, and then we added this small one just for extra lighting. And then we have our little outside dining furniture. So it's just a table and then 4 chairs. We do have some like extra chairs for when other people are over, we have guests over. But this is nice. We often like to come chill out here. One of our dogs likes to jump up here and chill up here too. But it's a nice, comfortable area. There is like a little spot where you can put an umbrella. We might end up doing that if we don't end up getting the actual shade structure built soon. We'll end up doing that. And then it has a standard hose hookup. We need to get like one of those hose hiding box thingies, but we'll do that sometime in the future. And then we ended up going with artificial grass. I can't remember how big of a patch this grass is, but it's 25 by, I don't even remember, maybe 25 by 30-ish. But it is artificial grass. We decided to do artificial instead of real grass. One, because of our pets. We just felt like, or one of them likes to dig, so we didn't, and he only does it in real grass. So we didn't want him to be digging up all of the real grass. And also we live in Las Vegas, which is a desert, so real grass and desert does not mix well. So we went with the artificial grass, which I think is awesome. It's very comfortable. It's nice to lay on, and it maintains itself. We don't have to do anything with it, which I love. So to kind of show you what we had the landscapers do. So we had the landscapers do rock all the way around. That's pretty common in Las Vegas, is to go with a lot of rock in the back or in the backyard, because again, it's a desert and we don't have lots of plants, and all of the plants that you're gonna see are desert safe plants that don't require lots of water. Over here, you're going to see our planter boxes. If you haven't seen that video already, we actually built these DIY, so I will link that video up in one of these corners over here and down below. But these are the 2 planter boxes that we built. The plants are starting to die because, like I said, it is cold out obviously now, and even in Vegas it gets cold, so some of them are dying, but that's okay. This was just a test run anyway, since it's our first time gardening. In this corner is kind of the like storage corner. We eventually plan on getting an actual like what do you call it, like a tool or a shed thing to put over there to like store everything in, but we haven't gotten to that point yet, but we will. In the back you can see vines, so we have 4 vine plants. We kept them potted, that way we can decide to move them around in the future, but we built these trellises as well that they're on, which were very easy to do. You could just throw some wood together in whatever pattern you want and kind of do it that way, which is what we did. You'll see, and I'm so sorry if you wanted to know the names of these plants. I do not know the names of the plants because the landscapers, they asked us like, oh, do you want to be able to pick the plants exactly? And we were like, no, just whatever looks pretty, you just get it for us. But we have 2 of these like longer plant or longer stem, longer leaf plants, and then these other types of plants. These 2 trees are very common in Vegas. Like all of the houses use these like trees. They have changed color. They are supposed to be green, but they've changed color for fall. So they're like a nice red brown color right now. I think it's pretty. They're all 4 of them are very young trees. So they are still on these frames to like hold them up. So we'll see how those grow in, and eventually they're going to provide tons and tons of shade for the backyard. And then for the rest of our plants, we just have, again, standard desert-friendly plants. I know this one's rosemary. We've got a palm tree. You will see tons of palm trees if you ever come to Las Vegas or any of the desert areas. A lot of our backyards use palm trees. It's actually more common to have tons of palm trees and less of these other plants, but we really wanted a more tropical, non-desert feel. So we asked them to put plants that are like not your standard palm trees and cacti. A lot of our desert backyards have tons of cacti, and we really didn't want any of that stuff. And then the main last thing is this big sort of sandy area that we've got going on back here. So this is where we plan to eventually put our pool. So at first we were thinking that we were going to do a like construct a pool, and we had been getting tons and tons of quotes on it, but it is really expensive, like 30 grand at least to get a pool built, and that's just not something that we feel is the best way to be spending our money right now. So we're actually decided to go ahead and do a above ground pool. So that's our plan right now. We'll do an above ground pool, and then who knows, maybe later on we could still decide to go ahead and switch the above ground pool out for a constructed pool, because there's still a good amount of room back here to put one in. And again, this side of the backyard is basically a mirror image of the other side, but just minus the garden boxes. So we had them sort of frame out the trees and the different plants like equally spaced and even on each side. And then I guess the last little bitty area is back here. We just sort of have our dog run. So we had them install the same rocks, but for the rest of the backyard, they're using bigger, I think like 1/2-inch rocks, and then these rocks are more like gravel, like only 1/4-inch rock. So that way it's easier on the dog's feet when they run over here or use the bathroom over here, and it's fairly easy to clean up. So that's kind of our mindset behind that. All right, you guys, so I hope you enjoyed this backyard tour. Again, we've got a pretty great sized backyard, especially for Las Vegas. I know some of you might look at this backyard and think that it's, kind of small, but here it is very common to not really have a backyard or to only have a backyard big enough for you to just sort of walk out on, because again, like, it's hot and people just we don't tend to have backyards. So we're really happy to have a backyard this size where we can fit a pool and have room to run around. Eventually, we might get a trampoline, especially once we have kids. We've always sort of both wanted a trampoline, so we plan to probably put that in. And yeah. Also, I really love decorating this backyard for holidays. I'll try to insert a picture or a video of what we did for Halloween, and be on the lookout for my Christmas Decorate With Me video, where I will show you what I end up decorating for Christmas back here as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a massive thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any more questions or if I missed anything about the backyard. And if you would like to receive notifications for whenever I post a video, please do not forget to hit that bell icon.